Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on this 2010, this is a 2010 GMC Acadia, and somebody has worked on it before. I believe this car had a problem with the timing chain, and somebody tried to replace the timing chain, and I believe they didn't pull the engine to do this job, and they ended up getting it wrong. So the car starts right up, but the check engine light is on, and I keep getting all of these codes in here, and the car drives, but like every time it shifts gears, it'll rev up kind of high, like 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, and the car feels kind of sluggish, like you don't really want to go, like, I mean, once it gets up to speed, it'll be fine. But let me show you what I got right now. So this is the 2010 GMC Acadia with the 3.6, and as you can see, it's got the check engine light on. I don't have any other lights coming on, but the check engine light on, and the check engine light on, it's not going to go away. I got the P0017 crankshaft position, exhaust camshaft position sensor correlation bank 1, and also I got the P0008 engine position system performance bank 1, and I also got the P0016 crankshaft position intake camshaft position correlation bank 1. Once you get those codes, the camshaft position to exhaust camshaft position sensor correlation, that means the timing chain is off, and the computer is trying to adjust the timing. I also got the P0018, the camshaft position intake camshaft position correlation bank 2. So for sure we are out of time, and I took this car for a test drive, and it goes, it runs and drives. The check engine light does not flashes or anything. It doesn't misfire or anything. It feels like it's running smooth, other than the RPM. You see the RPM fluctuating. It goes up and down, up and down. That's the PCM trying to keep up with the time. So I'm gonna have to pull this engine. And remove the timing chain. But let me just cut it off. This is a 3.6 liter engine, and I was looking underneath. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. Nah, it's not. But I believe somebody tried to redo the chains. I can see the silicone hanging out of the from the cover, and I don't think they pulled this engine out of the vehicle. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling it out, tearing this down, and pull the engine out of the vehicle, and I'm gonna show you the proper way to get this timing chain done. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm pretty much pulling out this transmission. This is how it's supposed to be done. Your cap is supposed to split from the frame, and this is how you're gonna work on your timing chain. I know it's a pain in the butt, but as you can see, somebody already being here I put a lot of silicone onto the timing cover. But I came here. I was just gonna do the timing chain, and I came here and I'm looking at this. See, you can see all these cam lobes right here. They are pretty dry, so it looks like lack of maintenance, but it also looks like lack of lubrication, which probably means that all that excess silicone that they added in here might have fallen off inside the oil, inside the engine oil pan. So it might be, it's probably trapped under the pickup tube. Another mistake that I noticed this guy made is that he didn't even change the front main seal, and it's leaking. He didn't change none of these seals right here or right here, and they're leaking. This is why some people charge very cheap. They'll charge you very cheap, but this is the kind of work that you're gonna get. I'm not that cheap, but the kind of work that you're gonna get from me is different. So I'm gonna go ahead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull this engine complete. I'm gonna pull it out of here. I'll split the transmission from the engine, and I'm gonna strip this engine completely, and I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna change all the seals, gaskets and seals, and I'm gonna pull the bell housing on the transmission to remove the filter and replace it, because there's no other way to remove the filter unless you open up the transmission. But I'm gonna pause this video here, and once I pull it out and got everything apart, I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so I ended up removing the engine out of the frame, and I started over here on the bench, and I noticed a couple of things right now that I removed the valve covers. I don't know if you able to see it. It's got some silicone right here, and it's got some silicone right here. You can see it's coming off, and he also has silicone right here. This is why it's very important to remove the engine out of the vehicle, because I believe when he was trying to slide the timing cover, he ended up getting silicone on the cam facer reluctor wheels, and the sensor, this is what it's reading. Your camshaft position sensor, this is what it's reading. So if it's caked out with carbon buildup, or it's got silicone on it, or it's bent or damaged, it's gonna give you a camshaft crankshaft correlation codes. But this one had codes for bank 1, and he also have codes for bank 2. So I don't see anything wrong in here other than the carbon buildup. And as you can see, these are pretty shiny, and it looks like it's really dry. So it looks like lack of maintenance, and also lack of lubrication. So what I'm gonna do is I would split the transmission from the engine. And this is what I pretty much do to all of these vehicles. I remove the entire engine with the transmission. If you notice right here, this seal right here, it barely started leaking, and it looks like this one too, it barely started leaking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace all 3 seals. I'm gonna remove the computer and fix the pressure switches. It didn't have no codes, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace them anyways. So because eventually they're gonna break and coat's gonna start coming out. And I'm gonna remove this bell housing and change the filter, because the filter is right behind this bell housing. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that way I can make sure that this transmission is gonna last for a good while. So right now what I'm gonna do, I believe, as you can see, whoever worked on this car, he put a lot of silicone. You see, that's a lot of silicone sticking out. That's too much. And if this silicone is protruding out, I'm sure there's some that went in and it probably fall down into the oil pan, and the pickup tube is probably clogged up with silicone. Another mistake he made, he didn't replace the seal. The seal is already leaking, and he didn't replace the seals over here, and they already started leaking. So for you guys DIYers, if you're gonna do this kind of job, make sure you do it right, and do it right the first time, because this person already paid for a timing chain job, and this job is still not this car's still not running right. So somebody try to do some type of work. As you can see, look, they didn't even change the timing, the chains. They used the same chain and then just put a mark on it. So I think this is I can do a cheaper case. You know, a lot of people don't like my prices. A lot of people think that I'm pretty high, but if you're trying to go cheap, this is the kind of work that you're gonna get. You know, I'm not sure what they did. It doesn't look like they changed the timing chain. This one seems like newer timing chain, so they might have just ordered a chain for this side, but I know this is probably the original, and they just put a mark right here. And that's how you get mixed up. If you don't have marks and you put in your own marks, there's a pretty good chance that you're probably gonna get it right. You're gonna get it wrong, I mean. So let me go ahead and start. I'm gonna remove the front cover, and I'm gonna remove the oil pan, and I'm gonna give it a good wash to this engine. But let me go ahead and start tearing this down, and I'll be right back with you. Oh, let me see if I can put you right here, and I'm gonna start tearing this down. I'm not sure how good you can see me. Alright, I guess you can see me right there. I'm gonna move it this way a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of this engine. I'm gonna end up ordering another timing chain set. So for those of you guys that, I know we all trying to save some money, but I will say don't look for a cheap mechanic, you know. Look for somebody that's gonna do a good job, because a lot of the times, a lot of these mechanics, they will do the job cheap, and they're gonna do this kind of mess, whether it works or not, they're gonna charge you, or otherwise they're not gonna give you your car back. You know, so my advice will be, don't look for a cheap mechanic. Look for somebody that does a good job. Stop. My battery's dying. Alright, that should be it. I think that's all of them. I think I got it. Okay, and notice that this bolt right here is longer. So as you can see, this bolt is longer and it goes right here. Make sure you don't put this bolt here or here or here, because you're gonna damage something either on the block or the cylinder head, and you don't want to do that. Alright, that should be it. Am I missing something? I don't see anything else. Definitely, this engine has been worked on before. I can tell right away because, see, it's got 1, 2, 3 plastic guys, and they're only supposed to have 2, so he put the bolt in the wrong hole. Definitely looks like they put a pump in there. They put a pump. Oh, I see. I see what happened. They use. See, this is what gets me, guys. This is what gets me. This is a no brand timing chain kit, so they probably got this timing chain kit off the internet, and look at all this. Wow, it's full of silicone. Oh my god, no wonder why the car is not reading right. Yep. So yeah, this is a case. I can do a cheaper case, and this is what you're gonna get, guys. You're gonna get a timing chain set off the internet that it doesn't even work. So there's no sense to do all this work and put some cheap parts on your engine that they don't even work. They don't even work because this car is still having timing chain issues. Okay, well, and that's why I use Chloe's. He didn't even replace this gasket. This gasket comes in a kit. You know, it's flat. It's like flat. So this gasket comes in a kit. The timing cover kit. It comes with all the seals, the front seal, this gasket, water pump gasket, a water pump seal, the O-rings for the sensors. It comes with everything. That's what I do. I'm gonna give this a good wash, and I'm gonna try to knock off some of this carbon buildup in here. And that's a lot of silicone. You see that? That was in the inside. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the silicone fell into the oil pan, and it's probably stuck on the pickup tube. And that's why this engine is starving for oil. He did a good job of replacing the valve cover gasket. Let's just let me see if I can flip it over without damaging anything. I'm gonna flip it over. Let me just remove the timing chain, because this is garbage. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna get another timing chain set. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how you disassemble. Well, I mean, for those that are new in here, let me just show you. But I personally, don't. To me, it doesn't really matter, you know. But let me just put it to where it needs to be. If you're gonna start disassembling this side, your timing mark needs to be lined up with this hole right here. Some people ask me before, once I remove the timing cover, how do you know if it's out of time? And to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell just by looking if it's out of time. Let me see. It's kind of hard to tell, because if you're trying to line up all these marks, you're never gonna get it right. You probably have to turn the crankshaft like, I don't know, 100 times in order to line up this chains. But if you have codes for crankshaft camshaft correlation, that right there is the computer is telling you that's out of time. So there's no other way to get rid of that code unless you replace everything and put everything on time. I don't know, maybe somebody is really good at it and can tell when the engine is out of time. To me, there's not even marks on this chain. I don't even know how they set the time. There's not even marks on the chain. I don't see no marks in here either. Wow. Yeah, I don't see no marks. But anyway, so right now I'm lining up. This dot is lining up with this other dot, and actually, let me just put it up top dead center for you. Let me show you where top dead center is. That's top dead center. This mark on the crankshaft sprocket is lining up with the pump. Your keyway is 11 o'clock. And actually we are 180. Let me spin it around. Let me spin it around. Okay, so that is top dead center right now. Our marks are, this mark is pointing up like this, and this one, I can't really tell. It's pointing up like that. Yeah, that's top dead center right there. So this number one is at the top, and it doesn't really matter how you disassemble this. But for a lot of you, guys that want to make sure you're at top dead center. I don't know what brand this is. It says Sam Apple. So I don't know. They probably got it from the internet. And the timing chain doesn't have any marks. So it's a pretty cheap set right there. And I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna try to remove the old pin. Oh, shit. There's nowhere to grab it. Shit. Okay, here we go. Might drop you from the see if I can get a block. Okay, I was able to remove the oil pan, and the bottom end doesn't look bad. I mean, this engine was running except for the codes, and it was, every time you throttle up, it felt like it was lagging and it was shifting. It wasn't shifting at the right time, of course, because it was out of time. And I don't see any damage at the bottom of the oil pan, other than just carbon buildup. And over here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's got some silicone inside the pickup tube. Yeah, it's embedded in there. And you can see carbon right there. You see that? Definitely debris in there, and there's carbon buildup blocking the screen. That's why this engine is not getting enough oil at the top. This is actually not bad. I've seen some of them worse than this, but this is actually not bad. This is why you want to clean all these parts, wash them, and make sure that there's not excess silicone. You know, this guy put too much silicone in here. Look at this. That's way too much silicone. It's everywhere. Okay, so my next step will be I'm gonna remove the camshafts, and I'm gonna take this outside and pressure wash the entire engine, top, front, and bottom. And I'm gonna wash this oil pan, valve covers, the block, and everything. It's gonna look pretty nice. This is why, to me, it don't really matter how I disassemble this engine, because I always end up removing the camshafts on both sides. The reason why I do that is because right now the valves have some of the valves have tension. The camshaft is pushing down a couple of valves, and I'm not able to wash it like that. If I start spraying water is going to go inside the combustion chamber, and that's why I remove the camshafts on both sides. And I know the springs are they're gonna spring back, and the valve is gonna shut close, and there's no way that any water can get into the combustion chamber. So that's what I do. I'm gonna try, I don't know, let me see. Let me see. They're not so bad. This engine is pretty healthy, actually. Wow. Yeah, this engine is pretty good shape. I was expecting to see more carbon buildup inside the valves, but it's not that bad. So let me go ahead and I gotta stand up the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and, now that I showed you, I'm gonna go ahead and put this oil pan back. You know what? I'm gonna disassemble it right there, the way it is. All right, so let me go ahead and put you on a pause. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna wash everything, and I'll be back once the engine is cleaned up. Okay, so I'll be right there with you. Let me just clean up this mess. I'm gonna clean up this mess, and I'm going to order the new parts, and I'll give you some part numbers. Okay, this is a better view of the engine. Just want you to see how it's actually not that bad but it looks like it's been neglected for a little bit, and it's got quite a bit of carbon buildup. Not too bad, I've seen worse, but I'm gonna give it a good wash. I'm gonna clean everything, and I'm gonna show you how to do the timing chain on this, and I'm gonna show you what parts I'm using. And out of all the vehicles that I have done, one of them came back, but that's because cam facer went out on bank 2. But other than that, I haven't had any issues with the parts that I use for these engines. So let me go ahead and give it a good wash. This is the before, and I'll show you the after. Okay, so I'm pretty much done cleaning this engine. There's just the engine oil pan, and I was able to clean most of it. Inside of it, there was a lot of carbon buildup. Most of it is gone. The crankshaft too, at the bottom of the engine, I was able to knock out most of the carbon buildup, and over here in the front as well. It turned out pretty clean. These are the I believe SA. It says SA. I don't know what brand that is. I never seen it. But whoever's selling this garbage, stop selling it to people, because these are literally garbage. And if you try to use some cheap timing chain, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get just a bunch of problems. You're not gonna fix the problem. You're just gonna make the problem worse. So I'm gonna remove these idlers and the sprocket that goes in here. I got a new pump, a new pickup, new chains, new gaskets and seals. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting back together the oil pan so I can sit the engine standing up. So let me go ahead and start doing that. And I just wanted to show you, this is the timing cover. I was able to knock out most of the carbon buildup in the back. Turned out pretty clean. That's what you want to get. You want to get rid of the carbon buildup. Otherwise, it's going to start flaking off, and it's going to end up at the bottom of the tray, and possibly clog out your pickup tube. And it doesn't take much to ruin these engines, because of the main cap bearings and the piston rod bearings, they're made out of aluminum. So if you drive them with low oil or low oil pressure, it's gonna tear up the engine right quick. It doesn't even take that much. It'll destroy the engine. So let me go ahead and start putting the oil pan, and after that I'm going to show you how to do the timing chain. All right, here we go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna install the engine oil pan. And I ended up buying a brand new pump, engine oil pump. It's a Melin pump, and it comes with the pump. It comes with the pickup tube. It comes with the seal, and it also comes with the new bolt. And this is the part number. It's M353-368S. So I'm not gonna use this seal. I got a seal from Chevrolet. This is the seal from Chevrolet. I'm gonna use this seal. The other one works fine. GN part number is 12691257. The other one works fine, but I like this seal better. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install our pickup. Our pickup 2. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see me. I lost my impact. I wasn't even ready for this. Sorry about that, guys. Alright guys, I was having issues with my phone, and I kind of missed the whole thing about cleaning this engine, but I'm pretty much done cleaning this engine. This is the outcome. This is what it looks like. I took a video of the before, and it came out pretty clean. As you can see, I cleaned up the cam facers. There's no more silicone around it. There's no more carbon buildup on none of them. I did remove all of them. Once you remove these camshafts, make sure you keep them in pairs. These two, keep them on one side, and these two, keep them on on another side, and don't mix them up. Well, it's actually on this side you can't really mess them up because this one is a longer camshaft, but you could mess this up with any of these two, and if you do that, you're gonna have some other issues. So just keep them separate and keep them in pairs. I was able to clean the cylinder head as well. As you can see, I got rid of the carbon buildup on the cylinder head. They came out pretty clean. And I polished the camshafts, camshaft lobes, and the camshaft bearings. I pretty much polished with the sandpaper. So the whole engine got cleaned up. I didn't get a chance to record the installation of the oil pan and the pump, but I already got a new pump. If you're gonna install a new pump, it's better if you get the OEM from the dealer. There's not much a difference in price. I did end up getting this milling pump. I used it before and I haven't had any issues with it. But if this is your project and you're doing it for yourself, just go ahead and go to the dealership and get it the OEM pump. But for this video, I'm using this milling pump, and like I said, I used it before and I haven't had any issues. I did replace the idlers as well, because the timing chain kit that I got this time is a different kit, because it comes with the 2 idlers and it comes with the crankshaft sprocket. The reason why I did that is because this engine already came with the cheap timing chain kit, and they have replaced these idlers. Somewhere in here there was a mistake. Somebody made a mistake, or either one of these parts were bad, and that's why That's why this engine was having timing chain issues. So I got everything ready to go. I got all my 3 chains ready to go. I got my guides, my solenoids, and this is the timing chain kit that I removed out of it. And I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me see. Right here it says S.A. Sam.Apple. Whoever is selling this kit, I don't even know what the brand is, but this is garbage, guys. Do not buy this kit. I don't know if you see it on my previous video, but the chain, when I start tearing this down, the chain was like this, and it was like almost popping out. Like you could see light going through it. So this is a really bad design. I don't know whoever worked on this engine. I don't know where they got it from. I'm pretty sure they got it from the internet, but this is just garbage. Do not use this timing chain kit. Whoever makes this timing chain kit, SA, I just want to let you know, you're selling garbage to people. So stop selling garbage to people. We're gonna just discard all of that. We're gonna get rid of all of that, and we're gonna use Chloe's. This is the let me see if I got the kit. Oh, here's right here. So this is the kit that I'm using today. It is the 9-0753 SAM, and it comes with the idlers. It comes with the idlers and the sprocket, and all the timing chain and guides and tensioners. So yeah, guys, so just be aware of what you're getting. I do not know that brand. All I know is that it's not a good brand, obviously, because this engine still having issues with the timing chain. But we're gonna take care of this problem. We're gonna make it run, and we're gonna make it run right. The reason why I got a new pump, it looks like this is it looks like this is a newer pump, but I don't know if when they install this piece right here, they might have not torqued this down to specs. And if you disturb the pump and you don't torque it down to specs, you can damage the pump in the inside, and that'll cause lack of lubrication, which it seemed like this engine had a problem with lubrication. So that's why I decided to replace the pump, pickup tube, the seal, and what else? That's mainly the 2 things that could cause lack of lubrication: pump, pickup tube, and the seal. So that's why I went ahead and replaced them 2 things, and I got a new seal from GM. So all right, guys, with that being said, let me go ahead and set this camera, and let me go ahead and start working on the timing chain. Just wanted to show you, I cleaned these caps right here. Now you can see better. As you can see, it says 2 exhaust, and it's got the arrow pointing that way. So before, I couldn't even tell, I couldn't even see, but this is the way it's supposed to look like. You see, it says 2 exhausts, and the arrow is pointing that way. But I got most of the carbon buildup I knocked out of the most of the carbon buildup, and I already got the timing cover clean. I did not mess with the pump. Somebody else already put the pump, and let me show you. I got rid of most of the carbon buildup. As you saw earlier, this thing was full of carbon, and I already got the new seals. Notice that these seals have a lip right here. If you're not sure how to install them, the lip is going to be facing back. So this lip right here is going to be in. And I got a new crankshaft seal. My valve covers, I cleaned them. I got rid of all the carbon buildup. It's pretty clean. I got new seals. I got new gaskets. And on this one, it's pretty clean. I got new seals and gaskets. Excuse me. On this one, make sure that this PCV valve is free. Let's see. I gave it a good wash. I don't know if you can see light. Let me see. Okay, so you can see light going through. That's what you want. You want this to be free. And I saw a video one time to where this guy, he was drilling the holes bigger on the PCV valve. Don't do that. You don't want to do that, because if you make the holes bigger, it's gonna the oil is gonna escape. If you make the hole bigger, the oil is gonna escape and it's gonna go into the intake, and all that oil is gonna start coming into the intake, and it's gonna start being burnt, and it's gonna get all your valves build up with carbon. Your pistons are gonna seize, and your engine is gonna start burning more oil. So do not drill any holes, bigger holes on the valve cover, on the PCV valve. Leave it like it is, and just clean it and make sure it's free of debris. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start on the timing chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera, and I'm gonna get my hands on this timing chain. I'll be right there. All right, guys, so I'm pretty much ready. Notice that I marked everything on my cam facers. On the right side, we're gonna use the triangles, and on the left side, we're gonna use the dots. And on my idlers, I already got my marks painted blue. This is for visual purpose. As well, on my crankshaft sprocket and my pump, I got my 2 marks right here. So the first thing we're gonna do, notice I didn't tighten this. I put this back together, but I didn't tighten up the bolts yet. Everything is just finger tight. I'm gonna go ahead and install the timing chain on this side, and I'm gonna show you how to torque these down to specs. So first thing we got to do is we got these 2 chains right here, the long chains. They can go on either side. And so we're gonna guide this gold link. This gold link is gonna go in here, and you should be able to see it through this hole right here. I always have a hard time with this thing. Okay. So it's gonna be right around there, right around there. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the guide. I'm gonna install my guide right here. I got everything cleaned up and ready to go. That way we don't waste no time in here. I'm gonna install this guide. I'm not gonna time anything down yet. Is this thing recording? My phone has been acting up lately, so I just want to make sure. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install our new tensioner, which it comes with the gasket, guys. Don't forget about your gasket. You have no idea how many engines already disassembled, and people forget to install the gaskets. So that's that right there. Make sure that your gold link is lined up with this hole. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install our guide. On this side. This dart link is lining up with this dot right here, and this dart link right here is lining up with this dot. Over here, I am lined up with the hole right here. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install this middle chain right here. This is gonna be the shoulder chain, the one with the 3 gold links. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna install this chain right here. And we should be let me just move it a little bit. My crankshaft sprocket, my timing mark is lined up with this dot on this side of the pump. It's around 5 o'clock. That's our starting point. Once your keyway is at 11 o'clock and your crankshaft sprocket mark is lining up with the pump, that means you are at top dead center. The piston should be top dead center in this position. Don't worry too much about where the piston is. What you need to worry about is your marks lining up correctly, your timing mark. So somebody asked me, what if I'm like 180 degrees off? You know, so it's almost impossible to be 180 degrees because you got to start right here. So, and if you are 180 degrees, these marks are not gonna line up. So as long as everything lines up, don't worry too much to where piston number 1 is. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks lining up right now. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install our tensioner right here. And don't forget your gasket. Okay, that's our tensioner right there. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install this guy right here. So far we're good. All our timing marks are lining up. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this crankshaft to this timing mark right here, which is 9 o'clock position. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and start torquing this down. And we're gonna torque this down to 89 foot-pounds. Notice I'm using a 5/16 socket. It's an 8mm, but I don't like the 8mm. I feel like I'm always stripping something. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here in the middle and work my way out. Okay. 89 inch pounds is the equivalent to like 7 or 8 foot-pounds. It's somewhere in between 7 and 8 foot-pounds. So we're gonna do 89 inch pounds. Let me see if I can drive it in first. Doesn't really take that much torque. So that's 89 inch pounds, not foot-pounds, guys, not inch pounds. Okay. Okay, what I like to do is I'll just go back with 100 inch pounds, which is gonna be like 8.5, maybe 9 foot-pounds, and that should take care of that. Okay, so everything is torqued down to 100 inch pounds. On the new pump, it came with a new guide right here. They usually give you on the kit it comes with a new guide, but I didn't have to remove this guide because I didn't have to install this guide because it's already a new guide. But these 3 bolts right here, I torqued them down to 17 or 18 foot-pounds. So right now, just double check, triple check, quadruple check your timing marks. So we're gonna go back and check all of our timing marks. We are on the dot. Our gold link is right there, and our 2 dark links are lined out with this gun facers right here. So we are ready to go. We're just gonna go ahead and release the pressure. Release the pressure. And right now, at this point, we're gonna turn the crankshaft to the 9 o'clock position. Our timing mark right here. Okay, so we are like that right there. And next step is gonna be our chain. On this side is loose as well, and that gonna help you to install the chain with not so many problems. And same thing, this gold link is gonna be lining up with this hole right here. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install this guide right here. And then I'm gonna install my tensioner. I got my tensioner ready to go with the gasket. This side over here is a little tricky because he always likes to move. And just make sure that you are lined up. Make sure you are lined up before you release the tension on the tensioner. Right there. Okay. Like I say, double check, triple check, quadruple check, whatever you have to do to make sure that you are on time. Okay, so we are lined up. We are lined up in here. 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 We are lined up in here, and we are lined up in here. So we are on time. Now we're gonna release the tension from the tensioner. And that's it. That completes your timing chain. Now on this side, like I said, I left it loose as well. We're gonna torque these down to 89 inch-pounds. 89 inch-pounds. More like 90. gonna do my final pass to 100 inch-pounds. Just to make sure everything is torqued down the same. Alright, that's it. We tore it down to specs. And over here, we're gonna torque this down to 18 foot-pounds. 18 or 20 foot-pounds, whichever. I usually do 20, but this time, we're gonna do 18. We're gonna do 20 on this one too. 20. I'm just gonna bring it up to 20, all of them. 20. 20. 20. 21 actually. 20, 20, 20, 20. And that's it. We are completed. All we got to do is install our timing cover. Make sure when you're doing the timing cover, add a little bit of silicone right here between this. Make sure you clean it with brake clean and blow it off. Same thing on this side, because these engines like to leak from here where the cylinder head meets the block. So clean it and just add a little bit of silicone and then install your, same thing over here. Just clean it, add a little bit of silicone, and install your valve cover. Your timing cover gasket. This is it for now, guys. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I think it's already kind of long, but this is the process. This is how you do your timing chain the right way. Whoever worked on it before, they kind of it was a bad job all the way around, starting with the parts and with the mechanic that I guess he was trying, maybe he was trying to cut labor hours and ended up getting it wrong. So this is the way to do it. If you're gonna do this job, make sure you do it right, and do it right the first time. That way you don't have to redo this kind of work, because it takes a lot of labor hours, and this is the kind of job you don't want to do twice. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, and subscribe.